Welcome to Chapter 1. Your future in business begins now. Here are some of the topics we're going to cover in Chapter 1. Factors of production, social trends, economic systems, trends in technology, and trends in global competition. A business is simply an organization that tries to make a profit by providing goods or services to its customers. Make sure that you're clear on the difference between goods versus services. Not-for-profit organizations have their focus on meeting specific goals or promoting ideas. Such organizations include the Humane Society, United Way, most hospitals, zoos, or museums. About 28% of organizations are not-for-profits. Do you think that not-for-profits face the same challenges as for-profit organizations do? They sure do. They have to generate enough funds to cover their operating costs. They have to keep their customers happy. They have to ensure that their employees are efficient in the work they do. They also have to work on marketing campaigns and manage a budget effectively. Do you think that the current trend is that the U.S. government will give more or less money to not-for-profits? Well, if current trends continue, not-for-profits will see less and less money given to them by government. A country's standard of living is determined by its output of goods and services that people can buy. Although there's a positive relationship between a nation's wealth and people's happiness, the relationship is far from perfect. How do businesses and not-for-profit organizations help create our standard of living? Well, the standard of living is measured by the total output of goods and services. This means that businesses and not-for-profit organizations create and contribute to our standard of living. Switzerland and Germany both offer employees higher wages, but the U.S. dollar goes further in being able to buy more products here in the U.S. It's important to understand the different factors of production. Natural resources refer to land and resources in their raw form, like forests, oil, minerals. Labor refers to the workers using their brains and muscles to get work done. Capital refers to tools, machinery, and buildings. Entrepreneurship refers to starting and operating your own business. In fact, 87% of young people between the ages of 16 and 25 want to own their own business. And finally, knowledge. These are the talents and skills of the workforce. There are numerous aspects that affect the environment of business, and we're all affected by the business world, not just entrepreneurs and managers, but workers and customers. Some of the issues that businesses have to deal with are demographic changes. This means more products and services for growing populations of Asians, Hispanics, and African Americans in the U.S. People are living much longer and healthier. These are some of the demographic changes that businesses will have to deal with. They'll also have to deal with evolving economic systems. Globally, we're definitely moving toward capitalism. Businesses also have to deal with technology. Mass amounts of research dollars are being spent by businesses to develop new technologies. There's more technology in a happy birthday card that plays the song Happy Birthday than existed in the world over 50 years ago. Dynamic changes are happening every day. Global competition refers to things like the internet breaking down barriers to new markets for a lot of countries. Also, various free trade agreements have made it easier to get foreign products into other countries. And finally, social changes. What this means is that within the U.S., we're a mobile society. There are far more two-income households. Customers value convenience items that make their lives easier, and also time-saving devices are important today. Social trends have a huge impact on businesses. One social trend is that people of all ages have a broader range of interests defying traditional consumer profiles. This is referred to as component lifestyles. An older couple 40 years ago might have been expected to vacation only in Florida. Today, older consumers want adventurous vacation packages. They want to go kayaking in Thailand versus going to Florida. 50 years ago, it was easy to market products to a woman in her 30s. Most likely, she was married. She was a stay-at-home mom whose husband made the major investments. Today, do you think that businesses make that assumption about a woman in her 30s? Not if they plan to stay in business for long. Customers can make or break a company fairly quickly. Consider the changing footwear preferences of young adults. When customers began to think of hiking boots with a casual, outdoor look as fashionable, their Timberland company became a major beneficiary of this trend. In a continuing effort to satisfy its customers, Betty Crocker products and cookbooks reflect the changing needs of customers. They've developed cookbooks for people on diets, dessert lovers, microwave oven users, and lovers of Southwest and international recipes. Also, some of the company's most successful products, such as Hamburger Helper and Potato Buds, seek to meet the needs of today's busy customers. Our society is becoming much more computer literate. Most households have a computer, and so software sales are big. Computer games are big business. The population also is growing older, and businesses are offering more products that appeal to middle-aged and elderly markets. Hence, the marketing campaign for Viagra and anti-wrinkle creams. We're also continuing to become a more diversified culture. Car companies over the last few years began marketing to Hispanics and African Americans much more. 20 years ago, airline TV ads showed only white men in their 30s wearing suits while they boarded their planes, while young white female flight attendants would serve them. This is definitely no longer the case. Another trend is women entering the workforce in greater numbers. This trend is increasing family incomes, it's heightening demand for time-saving goods and services, and changing family shopping patterns. Sears' marketing campaign changed to "Come see the softer side of Sears." Why is this? For years they used to market only to men wanting to buy Craftsman tools. But what Sears finally realized was that women were a huge percentage of the population and spent a great deal of money from the household. For years, women weren't given credit cards by Sears unless they submitted their credit card application with their husband. This is no longer the case.